a threat when we basically created them.
Well, it's just like when you're a parent and you have a kid, you can only control your child for so long until he grows into an adult and goes about his own path. You know, we took these guys in the 80s, we funded Taliban, we had them going, we got Al-Qaeda, we backed them. You know, bin Laden's dead, they're kind of off the map. We need a new Frankenstein. We're giving money to al-Nusra, who gives it to the Free Syrian Army, who gives it to ISIS. It's just this huge carousel of our money. You find it everywhere. You know, when we helped topple Gaddafi and take out that used to be one of the most richest lands in Africa. And now we put those fighters in there, they took them down, and now it's like a ghost town. It's a horrible place. You know, we've done this in so many countries, like Honduras. We helped fund the coup that brought in the new government that now kills people in thousands. So every time we fund these people, basically what they're trying to do is help basically kill it off, kill everybody off, let them fight amongst each other, and then we go and we put in our puppet like the Karzai, whoever, to help and put in our Western agenda to run the country the way we want it so we can get their resources and use them for our elites, for our better.
Right, exactly, all for our interests. Now, when I first heard this last night, I was thinking, oh my goodness, World War III has just been launched. You know, the U.S. has been saying that it's going to be hard enough to fight ISIS. Now they're telling us they're fighting ISIS and a whole additional group. You have actually seen bombing campaigns like this before. Do you think that this is going to effectively cripple these terrorist groups? Is it just going to create chaos in the region?
This cripples our image globally. This in no way, because you've got to think, there's so much collateral damage. Raqqa and Aleppo are two highly populated areas. They go in and bomb them. Now, this is ISIS now. They're mainly going after, and like I said, Khorasan is not a very big group. So that's something we could have done there by itself in one campaign. But the fact that we're going and bombing all these spots, it's ridiculous. There's going to be women and children. You're going to have people growing up knowing that their kids, their family members have been, killed by American airstrikes. All that does is feed fire to a new generation of Muslims who hate America. Now, like I said, when they first moved from Syria into Iraq, actually up here around Mosul, they came in a linear convoy, bumper to bumper, carrying out artillery tanks, or artillery pieces, tanks, Humvees. All of that could have been done in a couple coordinated airstrikes with no collateral damage whatsoever, harming any of the locals or anything like that. Now we're trying to go after them when they're in highly populated areas. Like I said, all that's going to do is fire up these people and basically piss off more Muslims worldwide to want to stand up, join the jihad, and fight Westerners.
Right, and from a strategic point of view, the military could see by them not taking out that convoy, that would have been an easy moment. They know that the West has allowed it all to happen.
Yeah, because in military tactics, whenever you do a convoy, you leave 200 yards, 300 yards between a vehicle. That way, if something hits an ID or where someone mortars you or RPGs, that only affects one vehicle. These guys knew that they could travel freely through Iraq, not being bothered by any kind of air campaign based off of that. Riding bumper to bumper because a couple targeted airstrikes would have taken out all of ISIS months ago.
Absolutely. Thank you, Joe. And you are absolutely right. This extended air campaign is only going to further bolster anti-American sentiment in the region for a whole new generation there. Now, coming up, the Ebola outbreak has reached a state of disorganized chaos in West Africa. The World Health Organization has predicted that 1.4 million new cases could be reported by late January if something isn't done to contain the situation. And then experts are warning of a new wave of children from Central America hitting the country. But what are we doing to protect our own children who are now being victimized by illegal aliens?
Hi, I'm Dr. Group. Today, I'm proud and excited to announce a new product to the INFOWARS Life product line. Introducing the first proprietary oxygen-based intestinal cleanser, OxyPowder. Backed by real FDA-approved phase 1, 2, and 3 clinical trials. People are suffering from all kinds of digestive issues these days. All the toxins from the air, the food, the water, everything that you're exposed to on a daily basis ultimately ends up in the gut or affects the gut. My main focus was to come up with a remedy for this, something that's safe and effective that anyone can take on a regular basis to keep their intestinal lining clean. You have over 30 feet of intestinal lining that can be compacted, that can be toxic, that can be full of parasites, fungus, bacteria. What are you doing to keep that clean and flushed out? My recommendation is to clean your intestines at least 2 to 3 times a week to prevent the toxic buildup from going into your bloodstream. You owe it to yourself to take your health into your own hands and start cleansing your body today with Oxy Powder. Secure your Oxy Powder today at InfoWarsLife.com. That's InfoWarsLife.com.
I began to get into iodine a few years ago because it was helping me and my family so much get healthy and detoxify. I believe our research is conclusive. This is the best iodine out there. And I know this for a fact. Nobody else has got iodine based on these pure crystals, ladies and gentlemen.
For a limited time, experience the ancient power of Survival Shield X2. Take advantage of this unprecedented 30% off Super Detox Special at InfoWarsLife.com.
The Ebola outbreak in West Africa has reached a state of total chaos as the World Health Organization attempts to launch a controversial program that would bring those infected with Ebola out of their homes and moved into temporary holding facilities, offer them basic care, and limit the infection of other family members. Each center would have 15 to 30 beds. World Health Organization officials aim to get as many as 70 centers up and running across Liberia in the coming months. This effort would add to the 1,700-bed facilities to be constructed by the recently dispatched U.S. military. Germany is now asking for volunteers to join the 3,000 U.S. soldiers deployed to West Africa. This, as fears of entering the hot zone are exacerbated after a child stricken with Ebola bit a male nurse who was quickly flown back to Switzerland and is expected to recover. This aggravated effort is due to the stalling of the treatment beds promised by the Obama administration, according to Liberian World Health Organization Representative Peter Graff. There are currently only 380 beds across the entire country of Monrovia, with a population of 1.5 million people. Doctors Without Borders wants no part of the World Health Organization's controversial solution. The group's director of operations, Bryce De Lavigne, warns that moving contaminated patients without adequate infection control staff and supplies could only increase the outbreak.
In a speech to the United Nations member states at the beginning of September, MSF's international president signaled the failure of the current strategy for combating Ebola. No organisation, and that includes MSF, is equipped to deal with the explosion in the number of cases, the dozens of infected health workers, and collapse of the affected country's health systems.
James Hamilton, chief gravedigger in Sierra Leone, has witnessed an unending disposal of bodies, with each gravedigger digging 16 graves per day. Many of the bodies placed in shallow mass graves are being dug up by pigs and other animals. The World Health Organization predicts 21,000 new Ebola cases by November and as many as 1.4 million by late January. According to the World Health Organization's numbers, 6,000 have been infected and 2,833 have died. But those numbers conflict with the Doctors Without Borders numbers that place the toll in the tens of thousands. John Bound for InfoWars.com.
Celebrate the spirit of freedom and liberty upon which our nation was founded at InfoWarsShop.com. Molon Lave is ancient Greek for come and take it. This popular design combines both classic Greek Spartan imagery with modern M16 assault rifles. Now available in women's tees and proudly made in the USA. Celebrate the spirit of 1776 with the George Washington brass belt buckle or this incredibly sharp-looking 1776 hat. Badass. And be sure to check out the new arrivals at InfoWars Life, where you can prepare your body to perform at peak levels with Survival Shield Nascent Iodine, Super Male Vitality, and Fluoride Shield. And wake up, America. Immune Support Blend is the healthy choice for the gourmet coffee lover. So get incredibly high-quality, freedom-based products and help fund the revolution at InfoWarsShop.com.
City of Austin tap water versus filtered City of Austin tap water.
I can taste dirt in it.
God knows what's in this.
This has an aftertaste.
Tastes like Austin water? Yeah, it does. Ugh.
These people just sampled City of Austin tap water straight from the faucet. Next, we had them try a sample of tap water filtered through the ProPure G2.0 filtration system.
High quality H2O.
That one is better.
Tastes like nothing.
Yep, I know what good water tastes like. It's good water.
Most tap water contains added substances like fluoride, chlorine, Monsanto's deadly pesticide, glyphosate, and many others. Studies prove that these substances are linked to an assortment of major health issues, including tooth decay, lowered IQ, and even cancer.
It tastes like you're drinking out of the lake when you're drinking tap water.
Yeah, it has that processed flavor to it.
The ProPure G2.0 filtration system removes these deadly substances and many more, leaving only fresh-tasting, deliciously clean water.
Okay, this is very tasty.
It's good water.
Refreshing.
It's good.
Go to InfoWarsStore.com today. Use promo code WATER and save 10% off your ProPure purchase. Again, that's InfoWarsStore.com or call 1-888-253-3139.
New York, Los Angeles, and Chicago have formed a big city coalition to grease the skids for illegal immigration in the United States. This coalition will push our tax dollars along with big corporate donations towards a greater voting procedure, educational assistance, and microloans for illegal immigrants. They are going full steam ahead with a Cloward Piven-induced privileged society that is already destroying the American middle class. The NSA tracks the movements, phone calls, and emails of every U.S. citizen, but we can't know where these illegals are as they continue to miss their immigration hearings by 90%. So where are they? Well, apparently a growing number of them have been flooding the United States South, and they are raping the children of these communities at an alarming rate.
A spokeswoman for the Davidson County Sheriff's Office said USAID was in this country illegally.
Gurau Aguilar faces 3 counts of aggravated sexual battery of a person under the age of 13. Jacobo Gurau faces 1 count of rape of a person under the age of 13.
Police believe 19-year-old Sergio Perez, an illegal immigrant, attacked the woman in her home Sunday.
418 children were raped by illegals in the state of North Carolina in the month of August 2014 alone. I spoke with James Johnson, the founder and president of North Carolinians for Immigration Reform Enforcement, about the history of his organization and methods needed to document this full-blown attack on America's youth.
NC Fire started in 2007, and it came about as a result of me getting injured on the job. As I was going through physical therapy and rehab under workman's comp, I started seeing a lot of individuals who could not speak English that had interpreters with them in the rehab process, in the therapy sessions. And so I started inquiring about, what's going on. And then, the other things you'd see non-American citizen, obvious people at the grocery stores, paying for 2 or 3 shopping carts full of groceries with a food stamp card and then buying, the last cart's full of alcohol and they're paying for that with wads of cash. And then I started noticing, crime in this newspaper report, crime on this television report here, about Hispanic hyphenated surname individuals creating crimes. And North Carolina has not been a bastion of hyphenated surname. All these flags, red flags, started coming together, and it just led me to the point where, what's going on here? And I started looking into it. And the more you look into it, the more you find the effort is to hide it. The crimes by illegal aliens are not compiled by any government agency anywhere in the United States as far as the public being able to access it. So I just decided that, I'll start cataloging it in North Carolina. And we first started out just listing all the crimes that we could find. And here's how we do it. We just started scouring the web, any kind of news reports, police reports. In North Carolina, there are 100 counties. So the first thing I did was go to all of the county sheriff's departments arrest records, and they're all online. And then we started going through all of the like TV station websites